Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Storytale Cakes. In this episode, I'll be showing you how to make a makeup cake. So I'm going to my friend's birthday and I thought why not make her a makeup cake because she loves makeup and it'll be an awesome tutorial for you guys too. So let's get started. The first thing you need to do is get a pre-ganache cake and cover it with some fondant. So I'm using a light orangey colour. You can use any colour you'd like. I'm only doing orange because my friend's favourite colour is orange and this is for her birthday cake. If your cake is relatively high, just roll it on a rolling pin so it's easy to drape over the cake. Don't worry if you don't have enough here because you can still lift it. The first thing you want to do is seal up the top part edges because all the weight will be there. So if it's going to tear anywhere, it would tear on the sides there. Then you just kind of want to work your way around in a round motion, just opening up the flaps. If you get a crack like this, you just pinch it, and later when we smooth it out, you can't see it. An inexpensive and effective way to get sharp edges is to simply pinch your cake. And of course, if you have a smoother, you can definitely touch base on it and just smooth it out as well. Instead of using a knife, you can also invest in like a pizza cutter and just cut around the cake. To create the plaque, cut out a white fondant circle. What I've done is I've rolled out some black fondant and I've made it super thin because these letter cutters that I'm using need the fondant to be super thin in order to work. I'll put a link in the description box below where you can find these letter cutters. They're so great, they just simply pop out. Add some water and adhere it onto the cake. This is an optional step, just put a bit of corn flour, tap it off and then add in some yellow fondant, trim it away with a knife so you can get a nice scroll pattern. Here's a cool tip for you guys, I find that if you colour the fondant yellow first and then dust luster gold on it, the gold is so much more visible. Don't you guys just love that scroll pattern look? I just love the whole antique vintage look and I think it adds such a cool touch to the cake. I'm now just adding a little bit of gold edible beads to the bottom of it to complete the look. Ta-da! Now you just want to cut out a long black fondant strip as the border for the cake. To create the bow, simply cut out a thicker fondant strip, lightly pinch the ends in the middle, and then bring the ends towards the center. You then want to just flip the bow around and add a smaller fondant piece in the middle. Use the back of your knife to add details to the bow, then add tissue into the bow and let it set for 30 minutes. Now all you need to do is add a little bit of water to adhere the bow to the cake. Okay, so it's time to make the cute edible makeup for the cake, so go ahead and sit back and relax, grab yourself a cup of tea or coffee, and I'll show you how to make them. I find that if you add a little bit of luster dust to the makeup brush, it just looks more realistic. Glitter is majestic, so I just added a little bit of water, added some edible glitter, and there we have our eyeshadow. If you need your fondant to set faster, use a bit of Tylose powder, it works wonders, it just cuts down the time that you need the fondant to dry. I bought my friend a Chrissy Teigen makeup palette, so I decided to do a sugar one to add that extra personal touch. To make the palette look more realistic, just add a little bit of rose gold luster dust, just makes it look so much more illuminating. Okay, I don't even know if that's the right word, but you get the point. I love luster dust, so I added a little bit of silver to create that nice mirror look. And later when we put it together, it's gonna look like this. I recommend adding a little bit of petal dust to the tips to make it more realistic. So once your toppers have set for about 6 to 12 hours, you can pop it onto the cake. And remember the pencil we made before? I'm just adding in a bit of letters next to it so it looks like the pencil drew it on. How cool is that? Thanks for watching, guys. That's a wrap for our makeup cake. Just remember, you can also turn these into little cupcakes if you'd like. Overall, it's the same technique. You just need to make it a little bit smaller. And happy birthday, Kaz, if you're watching this. I hope you guys all enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you soon.